How's it going, guys? I'm here with Ginette Preto, and what we're going to be talking about today is additional items that you can insure under your traditional homeowners policy, like water backup that may occur inside of your basement, jewelry that you might want to add onto your homeowners policy, furs, and everything else. So we're going to get right into it. We'll have Ginette talk a little bit more about it.
Thank you, Matt. So homeowners insurance covers your home for a lot of specific items, specific risks. Something that homeowners insurance doesn't typically cover you for are things that you might want to cover those gaps with endorsements. And so endorsements are things that either add to the policy or in some instances they can take away. But we're going to talk about what you might want to add to the standard homeowners insurance policy today. So one thing that I think is very important that a lot of homeowners don't realize until there is an issue is, regardless if you have flood insurance or not, if a pipe backs up in your house and let's say it floods your basement and then you have to clean that up, that's not going to be covered under your standard homeowners insurance policy or a flood insurance policy. So that you'd be on the hook for. So I feel like that's a major benefit to add that endorsement. So water backup, particularly if you have a sump pump.
Yes.
Because it would cover if that sump pump failed. Let's say you lost power in the middle of winter and you had water coming into your basement because there was a snow melt, let's say, right? And you have no power. That pump is not going to be pumping the water out, and you might have a flooded basement, and that's not going to be covered under your standard homeowners insurance policy without that endorsement. So that's another good example. And then I do think that endorsements, there's so many things that you can add to the policy, but another one that most people who are buying a home don't realize that if they have a expensive piece of jewelry or artwork, typically if it's over $2,000, you're going to want to either add it as a scheduled item, which means you know the value of it.
Of course, yeah.
You add it to your policy to make sure you're covered. So if there was, let's say, a fire and you lost that item, they'd give you what that was valued at in terms of your claim. If you didn't have it scheduled as or added as an endorsement, you're just going to get a minimal amount for that item. Particularly engagement rings, those are important things to schedule. If it's over $2,000, you want to add it to your policy. And so I think these are valuable endorsements that people should consider when they're insuring their home.
It's definitely important stuff, especially sump pumps. You see it all the time. You sell houses, and especially in Massachusetts, a lot of people have sump pumps in their homes. They have them in the basement. And like with anything else that's mechanical in the home, something is going to fail. It's just a matter of when it's going to fail and if it's going to be, a failure at a reasonable time. Hopefully it's not going to happen, when it's pouring rain out for the past 2 days and water's pouring into your basement. So it's definitely to have additional insurance to cover things that may happen. God forbid, we hope that they don't, but in the case that they do, we definitely want to have that coverage in place. So thanks. We're really happy to have Ginette today. So if you guys have any comments below, please feel free to leave them. If you have any questions about additional coverage on your home, we'll reach out to Ginette and have it answered. And if you guys have any other questions on topics for the future, please feel free to leave those below too. So I'm glad that you guys tuned in, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.
Thank you, Matt. Thanks.